Marsha Blackburn. Senator, great to see you this morning. Where do you stand on what you've seen so far?
I stand for getting President Trump's agenda across the finish line. That is what the American people voted for on November 5th. They want to see change. They want us to get spending under control and to be good stewards of their tax dollars. And I want to see more cutting. I want to see reductions in spending. It's appropriate that we go back to a pre-COVID spending level and make certain that we're reducing this out of control, wasteful spending. In the Senate, I think we can get there. I'm looking forward to the House finishing their product and sending it across to those of us in the Senate.
Yeah, Senator, going back to pre-COVID level spending, that sounds awfully similar to your colleague Ron Johnson's call, who's going to join us here later in this hour. He compared this current bill to the Titanic and says he thinks it's going down like a sinking ship in the Senate. I mean, have you spoken to him? Are you on board with what he believes we've got to get back to that pre-COVID level spending?
He and I are both members of the steering committee, which is conservatives in the Senate, and he and I are both members of finance. And of course, there is a way for us to do this, and it's a way for us to look at programs working out waste, fraud, and abuse. You know, you actually strengthen Medicaid when you root out the waste, fraud, and abuse, when you make certain that it's targeted to the individuals that deserve those benefits. You strengthen and bolster Medicare and Social Security when you get rid of things like improper payments and when you get fraudsters out of these programs. We know that there are people that claim to be 150 years old who are fraudulently getting Social Security checks. We know that there are 1.3 million illegal aliens who are getting health care through the Medicaid program, who are receiving Social Security benefits. These are things that need to be cleaned up. So this is a great opportunity for us to dig deep, to look at these programs, to root out the abuse, the waste, the fraud that has existed in these, and get President Trump's agenda across the finish line. And by the way, we've got this big, beautiful bill. We could do another big, beautiful bill in the fall for even more savings. We could do a third big, beautiful bill next year this time and even triple up on President Trump's savings, regardless of how long it takes, how many bills it takes. The goal is to honor the American people and their desire to see change in how the United States of America manages their tax dollars.
And obviously the key here is to make sure that every Republican is on board. How close do you feel you are to that and to getting everyone on the same page? Because that's the goal.
Indeed, it is. And, you know, every day we're working, we're resolving issues. And what we're doing is talking with our colleagues. I'm a member of the whip team. I'm a deputy whip. And so, of course, we're having conversations. We're finding out what is important to people. And we're making certain that the American people know we are not cutting Medicaid. We are not cutting Medicare or Social Security. People have paid into those programs and they deserve to get every penny back that they have placed into Medicare and Social Security all of their working lives.
Yeah, Senator, earlier you mentioned obviously breaking this up or having multiple bites at the apple, multiple bills to do all this. I do also want to get to another piece of legislation you're reintroducing, the Bipartisan Kids Online Safety Act. It's a landmark bill that would actually create regulations for social media to reduce addiction to platforms as well as the mental health effects. Tell us about this bill, and this should be bipartisan. Are you getting any kind of bipartisan support for this?
Oh, yes, indeed, we are. Senator Blumenthal and I have worked on this legislation for 5 years. Last year, it came out of the Senate on a 91-3 vote. We are working with our colleagues in the House to get it over the finish line this year. And that means the House needs to get their work done on it. We reintroduced it yesterday. We have Senator Thune and Senator Schumer as the lead co-sponsors on this bill. We are confident that it's going to get finished this year.
Oh, that's great. It
Maybe-
needs to be done. Absolutely.
Yes.
Senator Blackburn, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Appreciate it.
You got it. Take care.
You too.